We came to Lake Tahoe with one mission: play the WSOP Circuit event and win a ring. No vacation mindset, no sightseeing plans, just poker, ambition, and the dream of bringing home naturally. We rolled into Tahoe sleep-deprived, over-caffeinated, and stubbornly optimistic. The start felt promising, until it didn't. Suddenly we're dealing with dead phones, questionable lines, value owning ourselves, doubling up friends, and a VPIP that hovered around 90%. Because who needs balance when you're trying to manifest a ring through pure aggression? This is the journey. The highs, the punts, the adrenaline, and the belief that one run can change everything. We're Rachel and Laurel. Poker is our passion, but balance is our goal. At Purposeful Poker, we're sharing the grind, the growth, and the intentional choices that help us thrive at the tables and in life. Tahoe was a trip. I actually, even though I was like super tired the first day, I really liked my first table. I had watched a Jocko video earlier in the week, and he talked about getting to these tournaments early, especially these circuit events, because a lot of...
Who else has been preaching this from, the get-go?
I don't know.
That's really weird.
I don't know who.
Some idiot.
But I don't... I know. It never works out for me, though. I like late raging. I'm always in the right mindset. And then you have to get really lucky with these tables because, like, this one, they were actually, like, I wouldn't say scared of me, but, like, I was being aggressive. And so you're lucky if you get a table where you can be aggressive and they don't just be like, well, this first table was pretty good. We're early on in the tournament. I have pocket tens.
That's my favorite pocket pair.
I know. In the cutoff with pocket tens, I jack limps. And so I bump it up to 1,300, which is just slightly over 3x. The blinds actually fold and the hijack calls, so I'm in position. Flop is 699.
Everybody loves a Happy Meal.
Child. I would never make jokes like that. He checks to me. I bet about a third pot, and he calls. So, what's his range?
What?
I don't know. What is our limp call range? He probably is putting me on ace king. So, maybe he has, I don't know.
There is no range.
I mean, he could have 8s, 7s, stuff like that.
Yeah. Pretty lady always has ace king.
That's true.
Okay.
5 of clubs on the turn. He checks to me. I bet 4,000 into 5,000, and he calls. Queen of spades on the river, but I think this is a brick.
Yeah.
I don't think that he doesn't have pocket queens. Yeah. He doesn't, I think at this point with that turn bet, I think ace queen folds, a king queen folds. Like, I don't think they're continuing. So I kind of see this as a brick.
There's like some queen jack and queen 10 of clubs combo that could kind of float there with the backdoor clubs on the flop and things like that.
That is true. That is true.
But there's only, one combination of each of those straight and flush combos there. So yeah, very, very small sliver.
So I bet 10K into 13K and he calls. What do you think he called with?
Oh, yeah.
Why at no point in this hand did he raise me at all? I guess he just thought that I'm just going to let this idiot keep bluffing.
Maybe he's a very hard-working man and he works all week and he just wanted somebody else to do the work for once.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
That was my first hand.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the table.
Thank you. Hi, you made it.
Hi, I'm
Oh,
here.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
You had a rough morning, huh?
It's been a morning. It's been a night. It's been a trip.
Yeah. I had insomnia last night really bad, so I'm really struggling this morning.
I had a coughing fiance that
Ew.
every time that I would fall asleep, he would wake me up, and I was getting violently angrier and angrier by the encounter. So yeah.
You're like, can you get your own room?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, for real.
I'm back up to starting now.
Okay.
I value owned myself for like $15K, like almost half my stack. That was fun.
Well, that's information to tuck away.
Yeah.
Because you still have chips. You're still
Yeah.
at the same table. So
Yeah.
use that later.
How's your table? You just doubled up Dennis?
Yeah. You
That's
know,
nice.
it was my welcome to my table. Here's a double up gift. First hand, ace jack suited, under the gun +1.
And he was short.
He was short.
This is about the end of my hand histories for day one.
At least you had some.
As you could see, we were both very exhausted. So there wasn't much happening that day. I mean, we don't typically travel yet for poker. We're going to. 2026 has some things on the horizon, but we're not used to traveling and playing like this yet. So we weren't quite prepared.
Well, I've done it before, but now I feel like I don't have to, So it's been a while since I've been in that mindset of, going somewhere else to experience the pain.
Yeah, we sure did experience the pain in Tahoe.
Yeah.
So I don't have hand histories for that other than I just kept I 3-bet with ace jack off in early position and then get snap 4-bet. I fold. The very next hand, I open pocket 6, a short stack jams. Of course, I have to call. And I don't even remember what he hit, but it was a flip.
Yeah.
So not that big of a deal, but that's just literally how the rest of the day went. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't get anything going that first day. And you didn't even record.
No. Nope. I didn't want to be there. Mm-hmm. I was exhausted.
How did you sleep?
Lord only knows. Don't know. Didn't have a whoop charger. Whoop was dead. I have no idea how I was living my life.
Knew nothing about herself.
I knew nothing about
I don't
myself.
know how stressed I was if Whoop couldn't tell.
Yeah. No. No way of knowing.
So.
Yeah. And I got to double up Dennis my very, very first hand, and then just, kind of,
He appreciated that. Thank you.
It went to a good cause. So that was my job that day, to be exhausted on tilt and just donate to all of the nice folks in Tahoe.
It was a really good start to Tahoe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
We'll get better at this. I know it. I know it. Hi, good morning.
So we didn't plan this.
No. We're matchy.
Of course.
I said we're a team.
Yes.
So, okay, I'm struggling this morning, but I got a good night's sleep. Thank God.
I think I did, but we don't know because I don't have my whoops. Fingers crossed.
All right, but watched the Jocko video this morning, and we're gonna check raise these motherfuckers incessantly. Mm-hmm. I hope you guys aren't playing, so you don't know.
Good luck.
And anyway, that's it. What advice do you have?
Run well, play better.
I like it. Okay. All right. Bye.
My first table, I took up the baton of controlling this table. I was on a tear. My VPIP was like 90% at this table.
That's fun.
It was within reason. Once the table started filling up, there was another gentleman that came and sat down, and he thought that he was going to take over the role of the highest VPIP and table captain. And I matumba him real fast. Not on my table. And so we kept kind of getting into it a little bit, so that there's a little bit of metagame going on with this hand. So
you wanted to explain why you played it this way?
Yeah, I'm not
happy with this, but there's a little bit of an excuse as to why I was doing what I was doing.
Okay.
There was some slight method to the madness. Lots of madness, a little bit of method. I am in the cutoff. I have ace deuce suited.
Okay.
And I bump it up to 500, and then the button calls, the small blind calls, and the big blind, which is our other high VPIP gentleman that is involved in the metagame. He
Amazing.
calls.
Okay.
So 4 ways to a flop.
Awesome.
And the flop comes out ace of clubs, 5 of hearts, 4 of hearts. So there's a flush draw. I've got a pair and a gutty. I don't necessarily like my kicker, but it is what it is. I decide to check range because I don't know. In these multi-way pots, like,
no need to bloat it if they're
yes.
sitting in there with an ace 8
Exactly.
and they're never folding.
Exactly.
So why are we bloating?
Exactly. So it checks through, and then the turn brings in the queen of spades. Now we decide that, you know, we can do something, but it wasn't the original raiser that decides that they can do something. The big blind.
Well, you checked.
You're right. So obviously,
So
I have
obviously.
nothing. So he bets 700. Why the hero does this, heaven only knows. I decide that 700 isn't good enough with my top pair non-existent kicker.
Wait, we just talked about not bloating the spot.
Plans change, okay? So
When that guy opened, you said, that guy.
yes, exactly.
Got it.
Yep. So I raised him to 1,700.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah. The other 2 guys that got caught in the crossfire, they get out of the way. They're like, "Whoa, something's going on," and he calls,
Whoa.
"Whoa!" And now the river is the 8 of diamonds, and he decides to check. And then, if we're raising the turn, why are we not betting here? I don't know.
You're not going to just check your showdown value?
I do. I that's what I decided to do.
Oh, okay.
I check back,
thank God.
but I
Okay.
was just like, I love that we're only playing one street post flop of poker here, basically. And anyways, so I win with my ace deuce suited, and he flips over the 9 of hearts and the 5 of diamonds.
Why
so
did he call your turn raise? I guess he just didn't believe you.
no, he didn't believe me at all.
Hi. So they're clearly sick of our
That's okay.
Which
I'm
is
sick of theirs. So
excellent. Now we just need to hit hands.
yeah, my set got 4 card flushed out, so that sucked. Which took me down to like 40K because I was up to 60K, which was double starting. So I was doing real well. And then
I haven't been up that much.
I
Not even
turned
close.
a 4s full of 6s with pocket 4s that I raised. I checked through the flop 4-way. Then I did the delay bet, and he raised me to 7,500.
You're like, excellent. You have a 6.
And I overbet jam
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, he clearly loves his hand.
But you have a vagina.
Targeting a 6,
Mm-hmm.
and he calls with 6-7 off
Mhm.
from the small blind, and the river was a 7. So bullet number 2, but it's fine. We're above average, so
I am not.
that's okay.
I just got away real cheap. Ace jack off on the button. Squeeze, they all call. Tiny c-bet, they all call. Ace turns, I check it down. And they check down turn and river. And a guy turned to pair, rivered the boat. And they just checked it down to me. And I just checked back my showdown and got away so cheap.
Because they hate value.
Yeah.
They hate value. So
Yeah.
when we have it,
Yeah.
we'll get it. We'll
Yeah.
get paid.
Yeah.
So, or,
Okay.
you know, or we'll just make
Or not.
some moves. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
Thanks. You too. We got this. I am on my second bullet, but also don't mess with my big blind.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. We're on a bit of a tilt/aggro mission. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
We're in a weird headspace. We don't have our whoop, so we don't know how we are. So, anyways, apologize to everybody that had to play with me over those few days. But all right, so
I don't know how I feel.
it's very unfortunate for all of them. Folds to the gentleman on the button, and he raises kind of chunky. He makes it 1,400. I 3-bet to 3,600. And he calls. Small blind didn't want to play, so he gets out of the way. And we go to a flop of 9 of hearts, king of clubs, 5 of diamonds.
Very disconnected.
Yeah, I'm all over that. So I c-bet 2,500, and the button calls. The turn is the 6 of hearts, so 7-8 is there for a really weird straight. Now there's a flush draw if he floated with something. I do decide to slow down here just to try and assess what he's going to do. But it goes check, check. And just the way that he checked, I was like, he doesn't have anything. So that was all the information that I needed. So when the jack of diamonds, shows up on the river, I'm like, oh, that's me all day. And so I, decide to bet 7,000 and he folds. So,
Okay.
Take note. Don't mess with my big blind.
I don't have footage because my phone died.
Oh.
I've been really bad about that. I always forget, and it doesn't warn me. I just run out of battery, and then it takes forever to charge. So I don't have actual footage of this. But this table was a little difficult, mainly because of the villain in this hand.
He stresses me out so much. I'm sorry.
That my phone just died.
Yeah. When we went to Zion and you didn't plug your phone in overnight, I didn't know what to do with that. I was terrified and sad for you, concerned for me and our safety, just so many things.
But we were getting right into the car where I was going to plug my phone into the car.
What if an EMP goes off and there's no, I guess it would kill the phone then too.
Yeah.
But okay, what if the car was dead and we needed to call somebody?
You have your phone. My phone still had charge on it. Okay.
So stressful.
Anyway, my phone died. So this was the only guy that was giving me a hard time, and I had almost gotten him out earlier, and he had ace 6, I had ace king, and he hits a 6, and so I was like, and I knew it too. When I couldn't knock him out, I was like, damn, that's really going to be a problem. And he was. So I get down to 12 big blinds here. This was just not going well. I had 10K stack. And I'm in the big blind now with ace 3 suited, and he opens. He opens to a little bit more than 2.5. And it folds to me. And I think with ace 3 suited, I'm really happy to just flat this here. And we hit bottom pair with the flush draw. I could probably just jam here, but I think a check jam is fine too, because I want him to call. Mm-hmm. I'm okay if he has pocket jacks here, but whatever. I think I have so much equity here. I want him to call me. So he
price himself in, basically.
Yeah. So he bets, I jam, he snap calls, and we turn it. No problem.
Lovely.
And he
oh wow. Yeah.
So I got really lucky. I think if I had jammed pre, he folds that hand, but there's no way he could have folded that either for the price. Even if he bricks, I'd still win anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. Yay! So it was my first double. We had some work to do.
Can I just say that I really didn't like how I played at all in Tahoe?
You can say that. It was a rough week.
I don't know where my head was. I don't know what I was doing. This next hand was very strange. So, anyways. We might have been playing our C- game. At least we were aggressive. We weren't playing the passive C- game. So I'll take the aggro C- game.
The aggro donkey, not the passive donkey.
Yes.
I like that too. I think that's better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So at least we were sleep deprived and tilty enough that we were aggressive. So we had that going for us. Except in this hand. Okay. I am under the gun +1 with the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Spades. And I raise it to 2.2. Little 2.2. Bump it up. And then the cutoff 3 bets me.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why do you sub 40 choose 2.2? Is there a reason for that? Because I sub 40 do 2.
Not to give away all of my strategy, but in the low stakes fields, they very much feel priced in the big blind. And so I feel like if I just do a standard 2.2 across the board, whether, because I'm raising in position anyway, so I can raise my garbage in position to 2.2, and I can raise my premiums out of position, in position, whatever, to 2.2. And I just keep it very simple strategy, and it makes it less incentivized for the big blind to defend just that little bit.
Okay. So it's a low stakes exploit. You wouldn't use 2.2 at a higher stake.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Got
Absolutely
it. Okay.
not.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. So make it 2.2. The cutoff 3-bets me to 6,000.
Okay.
And then the big blind, which is Leah, cold calls the 3-bet. And we had pretty much stayed out of each other's way. There was one hand where she had ace king and she played it really, really well. And I got a little bit too froggy with my 10s. But other than that, we had basically not collided at all. But the cold call from the big blind threw me off.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, well, now what? Because if he had 3-bet me, I probably am 4-bet,
min click.
Yeah, doing one of my sexy little min clicks back. But now she's in the middle.
You complicated it, Leah.
So I just call here. Yeah. Flop comes out the 10 of clubs, the 10 of diamonds, and the 7 of diamonds. I love this board and I kind of hate this board all at the same time. Well, it ends up checking through, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. So then when the queen of diamonds turns, I'm like, oh, yay. Well, now I'm winning this hand, but now I'm trying to figure out how to win the most chips. And it's this awkward scenario where I'm in the middle. I don't know what either of them really have.
Yeah.
So Leah checks, I check, cutoff bets 13,000, about 2/3 pot, and Leah folds. And I'm like, I thought about raising because I'm like, if he has like aces or kings with, the combinations with a diamond, then I want to get value from that. But that's such a small amount of combos there. I was just like, I don't know if I can raise and get any more value. So I just call. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either because a lot of rivers can either completely brick out and then his draws,
right,
it doesn't matter anyway. Right. And then also like a lot of rivers might entice him to fold if he's willing to put the money in now.
I think I should have raised for sure. I honestly could have just ripped it in here.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah. So I didn't love that at all. And then I really hate what I did on the river. So the incredibly innocuous 5 of clubs that is not board changing at all. Like that's nothing. That might as well be an Uno card. It's literally nothing. This is when I decide that I'm going to take control of this hand and I rip all in here. What am I doing? Literally, what am I doing? And of course, he folds and, I won the min. So congrats.
If you could have this river back, what would you do?
Check. Let him.
Or maybe like a blocker bet size to induce?
Yeah, either one of those would have been better. I think my mistake was on the turn.
Yeah, sure. But you're in this spot now. And I think maybe a blocker bet can either entice him to bluff or at least he just pays you off with something that, you get a little something out of it. But okay. I mean, you win the hand, but it's one of those where you win the hand, but you don't like you lost.
Yeah, exactly. I did not feel good about it. Just from every street, every choice that I made was an absolute disaster, I think. Other than checking the flop after, that's where we were. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Yep. That was like an F+ hand. So C- game for the whole week, but F+ hand.
I can't wait to go back to Tahoe. Hi.
We're
So
here.
what are you at now?
91,000 because I just won the race off too. So.
Ooh, okay. All right. So tell me how you got that.
Well, because we played really well, but it started with I 4-bet min-clicked my pocket queens and got him to rip all in with ace king, and we actually held.
What?
We held. It was amazing. So that started the run good, the good traction and everything. We got up to 110K, and then we kind of spazzed some off with my pocket tens and my big blinds and things like that.
Yeah.
And we got down to like 50 again, and then we just, been grinding it back up. And just now I had 8-5 suited in the big blind, and it was against this kid that I knew I was going to get because I folded ace king off to his rip for 28,000 when I had raised to 2,200, and I don't need to flip for like
I like it
bigs at this point, so it just wasn't necessary, and I knew I would get it later anyway. So he went and got more chips too. In the meantime,
we have a guy that's just keeps coming back. And getting it all in firsthand and losing every time, and then he's been at our table like 3 times.
Oh my gosh. Where are you at?
So I'm at 76.
Okay, awesome.
I was down to 10K.
See? Chipping a chair, baby.
Yeah.
All you need. We're both well above average.
Yay, well above average.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I might have to tell Dennis to cancel the dinner reservation.
Oh, darn.
Darn. So let's keep spinning.
Yeah, let's find a bag. Get bag.
Get that bag.
I was kind of running over this table. I just had my foot on the gas pedal, like full steam ahead. I was getting away with some ridiculousness. I'm raising like suited crappy queens in late position and taking it down on C bets and 3-betting our low pocket pairs and getting them to fold out, and just like I was a menace, and it was lovely.
That sounds great. That's my dream.
Yeah. So I definitely 100% was table captain at this point, and I had everybody in the palm of my hands, and it was a beautiful thing. And we just kept acquiring more chips slowly but surely. Still wasn't playing my A game by any means, but we were aggro enough that we were doing quite well. And then, as we all know, what happens in multi-table tournaments is that tables have to break. And you had just had this happen to you after paying the big blind, and then your table broke.
I go over to her table because I was short stacked at this point, and I moved to one table that was right next to her and then paid the big blind, and literally like 2 hands later they moved me again. I paid the big blind, and then not too long later they moved me again. So I stop at your table and I am dropping F-bombs, and I'm just like, I'm moving this and F'ing this and this. And Leah said something like supportive, and I said, nah, f*** you too. And she kind of looked at me, but then I laughed, and I think she thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Thank God, because I meant it to be funny, but I guess not everybody's used to me cussing them out. But I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't necessarily want to claim you in that moment. But anyway, so I was being my normal, Laurelisms, like, new hand, new puzzle, new table, new puzzle, and everything. And you were not having any of that. And then it started happening to me. And I was fine. And I was having the same mindset for the first 3 tables. And then by the 4th one, I let it get to me. So what I was not able to manage in Tahoe, but I've been trying to adopt ever since then, is to not take it personally. We are actually insanely arrogant when we start getting tilty about tables breaking. Like, it's happening personally to us.
But it is.
But it's not. Poker is a game of probability and odds. It's neutral. So yes, it is happening, but it's not something that is happening to you. And
switching the narrative, and when tables start breaking, rather than being upset that you have mastered this table and you have them right where you want them and you've learned all of their tells and all of that, you need to switch it and be excited that tables are breaking, because that means you're running deep. That means you're getting closer to the goal.
Okay.
And you need to switch from being a table captain to being a treasure hunter and unearthing new troves of information. So while you are still mentally back at your old table, you're physically not there anymore. You need to switch gears and start focusing on gathering the new information. Like, you're so busy being tilted that your table broke. You're not paying attention to stack sizes. You're not paying attention to who is this table's captain currently. There's so much that you need to gather. And you also need to keep in mind that you are new to them as well. So that's something that you bring to the table, because they got to figure you out. It's not personal. It's just poker.
I understand. It's not personal. I get that. That's clear. But sometimes it feels unfair, which is so silly. I get that. I get that in my head. Like, we're not crying about whether or not poker is fair. But you feel like sometimes we cry about poker not being fair. But sometimes you feel like it's almost impossible. Like, you're set up to fail, because how are you supposed to, if you're constantly paying the big blind, if you're constantly moving, and it's like now you're playing this weird turbo structure that's like with no information, and it's getting towards the end of the day and you're getting close to the soft bubble, which we know is so hard. And it's funny that you say all this, because this is exactly what happens at my last table. This isn't my bust out hand, but I don't even really have a hand history from this too, because I was baffled. I sit down at this table, and this is probably like I folded like 2 hands or something, and then I get ace 8 suited under the gun, and I open. These guys don't know. I haven't played a single hand at this table. It folds to the big blind, who had a massive stack, and clearly he was the table captain, but I didn't know how he played. I assumed he was good because he had a massive stack in front of him. And there's Broadway on the flop, so that's a great card for me to continue. I continue. He check calls me. I don't even remember what the turn is, but I popped it on the turn, and he check calls me. And so now I realize, like, this guy is just not folding. He's just way too strong to fold. And so whatever the river blank was, I just check it back, because I'm never getting, I have to jam at this point, because I came to the table with 20 big blinds and now half my stack is gone. I have to jam, and I'm not going to jam with ace high when I don't know how this guy plays.
Right.
He turned over 9-3 off for bottom pair.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Exactly what you did. When you move to a new table and you don't have the information, you have to play ranges. You know how to play your under the gun range versus their big blind range, and that's all you can do. And I understand that 9-3 off shouldn't be in their big blind range, but it is what it is. Like, you have to switch gears in order until you can gather the new information and just play ranges.
I was gutted. I was like, you really called me down. And the board was a very good
board for you.
It was my board all the way. And he had bottom pair, and and then I realized, and this is another problem that I have, is that I make assumptions about players without seeing how they play based on like how they look and how, all these things. And I figured he was a very capable player. Clearly not.
Yeah.
Clearly not.
That's why at first just stick to playing ranges. Try not to attach anything. I understand. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. You did all that you could do in that scenario. So that's the right process, the wrong result. That's the epitome of right process, wrong result.
Yeah, very frustrating. And then I ended up shoving. I went a couple more orbits with absolutely card dead, shoved an ace with like, I don't know, 5 big blinds, and a lady called me with queen king suited, and then she hit, and that's all she wrote for Tahoe.
Yeah, well, mine was basically the same. We, table broke 4 times, and one of them I played 2 hands, and then the table broke again after I just played the big blind, and then it happened again. I got to go almost half an orbit this time, broke again, and then I got down to where I only had 50K, which was like less than 15 bigs, and it folded to me. I have Jack 10 suited in the small blind. I rip into the big blind. He wakes up with pocket 10s and he holds, and GG. Love Tahoe.
Yay, Tahoe!
Beautiful place.
So we decided after, degenning on slots that night, we then spent the nice next day just going outside.
Get out of the casino.
Touching grass.
Yes.
All right, so day 3 of Tahoe. We're taking a moment to see the outdoors, to go outside. I'm not happy at all.
No, we're not thrilled.
But we're gonna
go home.
Get some fresh air.
Let's go home.
Not quite. We're gonna try and play some cash tonight, right?
Yeah, sure.
Try and maybe salvage this a little bit. After a day outside, and then a fabulous evening dinner.
Yes.
And then go play some cash. So it was raining, but it was gorgeous, especially because of that the rainbow. I mean, look at
it's
absolutely. This looks
AI.
Yeah.
It 100% is not AI, but even like looking back at it now, like we were there. Like I have this memory, and it still doesn't look real to me.
Insane. It was so gorgeous. Then we go to an amazing dinner at Sage Room. That was really nice. And the view, also gorgeous.
It was stunning.
View from our table.
Yes.
We got to watch the sunset.
Yes.
That was really lovely. Just trying to get the good stuff out of poker. We're trying to salvage this trip. And I think that we did. We had a good time. And then we sweat Stephanie, our good friend Steph. She cashed 4 tournaments that week. 4.
Amazing.
And they were all... I think her lowest was 15th place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were between 6th place and 15th. So she absolutely crushed.
She loves Tahoe.
Yeah. She can't wait to go back, I'm sure.
Great job, Steph.
And then we played cash, and,
That was refreshing for me. I don't know if I had a good table draw or I just had 0... to give or what?
Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, but that was a very good and refreshing cash session for me.
Yeah.
I was quite pleased.
Yeah, I actually didn't do too bad either. I was up like $200, but it was actually, I'll take it because I had to fold some monster hands to these guys that had chip stacks like this.
Yeah.
But it was thank God. I think you were the big winner of that night. So
got to end on a high note. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us the thumbs up, and leave a comment. We'll respond. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it.
All right, love you. Bye. Purposeful Poker.
I bluffed dare you! I didn't have anything!